Hell figure, nigga. Wednesday night, Mr. Torrain is in the building. PKA, the cancer of hip-hop. Come on in, kids. How you feel? I'm refreshed. I'm recharged. Got the nap in. Look out, okay? Black Twitter comes for Destiny's Child over the classic Catered to You. Who is Black Twitter? I still don't know. after all these years, who is Black Twitter, huh? But they have decided that this song is toxic and should be done away with. I've got all the notes. And is the person behind this, is she just a smart comedian and a troll? If so, I'm not mad at her. I'm going to put some respect on her name. She had shit lit this weekend. I'm just not getting up to speed. The Shade Room covered this, and a host of others. And she's also on a podcast here in Atlanta. Pardon me if I didn't say that. Jokes on You podcast. You can catch them there. 3 female comedians poking fun at the ups and downs of life. But her name, hold on a second, where's my notes? Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Here we go. She's on Twitter, Ari LaBeija, if I'm saying that right. Very nice looking young lady. At the baddest Mitch, M-I-T-C-H. She's the one that kicked up all this dust, huh? Does she have a point? Is the black man no longer worthy of praise, huh? Is the black man no longer needed in society? Well, the masculine black man, huh? It's a different day and time. Niggas out here wearing Crocs. And you're about to start wearing those Balenciaga Crocs. Don't act like you're not, okay? Troll babies, good evening. How you guys doing? Let me just say off the rip, I'm not drinking alcohol tonight. No. Catch this one. Mineral water, huh? What the hell got into me? Sipping mineral water. Got to get my blood work done Friday. So I'm just trying to get things, circulating properly, okay? Also, tonight's subtopic on the showrunner. Should trans women reveal their gender? Whether it be dating, whether it be out in a club. Should they tell you? Do they have a moral obligation or a ethical obligation or a duty to inform you that, hey, I've got that little extra package, Rory's calling in tonight. He and I spoke earlier, and I want him to talk about this topic. I'm not trying to troll him or clown him, but I want him to address it because he has already come out openly and admitted that he did have a sexual excursion when he was high on coke. As he put it, with a Britney Spears lookalike. So, Rory, text me when you're on the line. Hold on a second, guys. Let me turn my phone down, the volume. Or maybe I'll just say I'm live now. Hang on. Give me a second. I'm live now. Okay. And there's some other topics I do want to discuss this evening. Give me a second. I got so much on my desk. Thank you to FBJ. He sent me something coming out of Detroit. The west side of Detroit. A black man, he won a $30,000 lottery prize. And he went and spent $20K of that $30,000 on a chain. He's up in the gas station playing more scratch-offs. Oh, fuck it. Somebody took the chain, huh? There's the alleged thief. This comes by way of, what is it? Click on Detroit, Local 4, WDIV. Okay, you can see the video. Thieves beat rob man of $20K gold chain on Detroit's west side. Sir, with all due respect, if you're obese and you're out there in the gas station with a chain that costs 20 racks and you can't defend yourself and you don't have, an ooh-op or a ratchet or a hammer, you're food. Now, he's up on the news talking, telling. But thank you for sending me the story, okay? All right, and also tonight, okay, Rory says he's calling in soon. Thank you, Rory. I just want to lay this out for you guys because I'm not necessarily the one to say whether Black Twitter is right or wrong. Every time I start talking about a black issue, shut up, right? So let me go slow. And again, this young lady, this comedian, and I want to stress that she's a comedian. Was she just trolling? Did she go viral? And we should just, respect what she did. Again, she's very nice looking. Comedian FAMU alumni, okay? Future multimedia mogul. All opinions are my own, okay? But does she have a point? Because, you see, many a truth is hidden in jest. Is the black man of today no longer praiseworthy? Now, this classic, again, song by Destiny's Child, 2004, Beyonce, Kelly, and Michelle. Didn't they perform at BET and they had on those brown dresses? Oh, scrumptious, huh? Bootylicious and all that old fly shit. And you've always heard me say, well, some of you, this is one of my top 20 favorite R&B songs of all time. I love its music. I love Beyonce's voice, and I'm not really a Beyonce supporter like that. I mean, I don't dislike her, but the message, it reminds me, and I'm as old as dust, of Love Unlimited's classic song, "Walking in the Rain." So I've always liked this song, and people laugh at me sometimes. But is it a different day and time? Is the message toxic? Talking about helping you put your do-rag on. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and, go over the lyrics word for word, but, and it seems that black women on black Twitter are, chiming in and saying, yeah, this is representing a bad period in the black evolution of black women. Troll babies, what say you before I do a deep dive here? Because, I want to put something on the table here. All right, who's texting me? FBJ, okay, sit tight, FBJ. Hold on, I'm going to get Rory in line first. I don't want any arguing. Hold on. And is it... Okay, thank you. Is it a bad thing that... Okay, please, folks, stop calling me. I'm busy. Let me turn the goddamn phone down. Is it a bad thing or is it a good thing that black Twitter is regulating the culture, the urban genre? Now, you've always heard me say that I don't think lyrics should be, used against the artist. It's art. It's art. But throughout history, they have tried. Many heavy metal bands. I mean, I've spoken about those bands in the past. Judas Priest, Ozzy Osbourne, Black Sabbath, and a host of others. But we have seen now in the last 10 to 15 years, lyrics being used against rappers. And some of them have been convicted with regards to things that they have said in songs, pardon me. Is this a good thing? Canceling someone or kicking up dust and making someone apologize? And Troll Babies, has Beyonce, Michelle, or anybody else from the Destiny's Child camp responded? Are they apologizing for this monster song? Okay, guys, thank you for your emails. I'm focused on what I'm doing tonight. If there's a mass shooting going on, I can't do nothing about that. Please don't interrupt me. I'm talking about Black Twitter and one of my favorite songs, Cater to You. Where was I? And why is Black Twitter upset? Why isn't mainstream white America upset about that song? Is that part of the agenda to cancel masculine, heterosexual men? I'm sorry, I didn't even give you the source. Pardon me. Yahoo News. This comes from Yahoo News. So it picked up traction on the Shade Room. We fuck with the Shade Room. Yes, we do. But I got this story off of Yahoo News. Now, if I can go a little deeper, and if I can just, go back into time. I was born in 1964, you know this. when I was a kid growing up in Scotch Plains, New Jersey, we were singing a song in some type of auditorium. Well, it was the auditorium of school at the time, Shackamaxon. And we were singing a song, Claire. Claire, the moment I met you, I swear. Stupid song. And I came home, and I'm practicing the song because we were having a, what do you call those things? It was a assembly something. I forget the name of those things so long ago. And my father said, hey, boy, what you singing? And I said, singing Claire, Bill. He said, Claire? I said, Claire. So I'm practicing this song for the assembly. I think they call them assemblies. A week later, I swear to you, Sunday, we're sitting in the den watching Sunday football. He's cleaning his gun, smoking a cigar, and he's reading the Sunday paper. He says to me, he says, hey, Troy, come here. I said, hey, what's up, Bill? He says, what's that song you were singing? I said, Claire. He said, don't sing that goddamn song no more. I just said, copy. This man bought me G.I. Joes with the Kung Fu grip, Legos, Tyco cars. He brought home a pizza every Friday night from Alfonso's. I'm not arguing with this man about a goddamn song. Come to find out, catch this one, this song, Claire, by, is it Gilbert O'Sullivan, was about a man singing about a child. His affection for a child. 1973, if I'm not mistaken, either 73 or 74. If you care, Google it. The point is, the dominant society has no problem with things like this. That was a horrible song, but it was a monster hit. A man named Gilbert O'Sullivan singing to a child that he was babysitting. So, is Black Twitter doing the right thing, or are they just piling on, dumping on the black man? Trying to get him up out of here, okay? And we can talk about other things as well. Some of the music that is degrading to black women, if you think it is. What's that song, kids? Is it Throat Baby? Throat Baby. Na-na-na-na-na. Babies in your throat, yada, yada, yada. Damn. It's a big-ass hit. Okay, let me get some calls in here. Let's get the show started. And again, that's my main topic. Black Twitter comes for Destiny's Child, catered to you by way of this comedian. And has anybody responded, or will they apologize? Area code 347, is that Rory on a Wednesday night? Rory.
Stop. What's
Hey,
going on?
good to hear from you, man. You and I spoke earlier. I need you tonight to address this topic. Let's get focused, all right? Okay.
Yeah, man.
Okay. Should trans women reveal their gender? I'm not trying to play you, but you had an experience. You were very open about it. In my community section, I posted a video of three, I think they're either Hispanic or, I don't know, West Indian something, trans women in a club.
Oh, Jamaican.
Okay, Jamaican, whatever. In a club, and when the guys found out that they were trans, they made them strip, and they were filming their genitals. Your experience was different.
That was crazy.
Okay, your experience was different. Can you walk us through your experience again, so I'm not like, trying to make it funny, ha ha ha. Well, come on, please.
Yeah. No, that's good. It's cool. We're gonna say this is probably like Bushy Chronicles episode 4 or 5.
Okay.
And I don't mind being the I got domed from a good-looking Britney Spears lookalike, and now I'm the resident Bushy expert on the Star Report, and I'm not mad at that.
Yeah.
Because I'm the one who told that story,
Yeah.
so it's all good. I could repeat the story pretty fast.
Please.
I was out on about a 2.5, 3 day binger with me, a friend of mine.
You were on the white horse, the coke, the cocaina, yes?
Yeah, we would. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we picked up a quarter ounce, and then we got an 8-ball like the next day after we blew through that.
Okay.
And that was it was the second night that I was out on that stuff, and we went to a place down in the village, that is not it's not a gay place, it's not a trans place, but it is the West Village, so it's just the crowd is mixed. It could be anybody.
Right.
So we were in there hanging out, having a good time, and 3 trans women came in there, and they were all like a lookalike, an impersonator. One was Britney Spears. There was a black girl. She was Tina Turner.
Okay.
And then there was another white girl, and she was I forget who she was. Demi Moore? I think she was Demi. She said she was Demi Moore.
Okay.
That's who she was supposed to be. So whatever. We were just hanging out, having fun and laughing and bullshitting, and there was other people in the bar and other women in the bar, and one thing led to another, and I was talking to this Britney Spears lookalike. She really looked like Britney Spears too, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay.
And she was like, "Oh, you wanna?" She was like, "Oh, you party?" I'm like, "Yeah, I party." She's like, "Oh, okay. You I got some stuff." I'm like, "Oh, I got some better stuff."
Now, hang on, Rory. For those who don't know, when someone back in the days used to say, "Do you party?" That meant, do you do bumps or lines? Yes, you party.
Yeah, right. That means do you do coke?
Yeah. Go ahead.
That's what it meant back in the day.
Yeah. And
so I wasn't really interested in what she had because I had some fire from the Jamaicans, so I really wasn't interested in what she had.
Okay.
Whatever. We were both hanging out. We were doing key bumps off the key and stuff, and then I kind of just we kind of just moseyed our way out of there without telling anybody or saying anything, and it was late, and I got this bright idea in my mind that, you know what, I should get dome off this chick. And
okay, now hang on a second, Rory. Stay with me. I appreciate you walking us through this again. So you knew that there was the extra package up front.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
No, she said she had the operation, and she did because she showed me. But yeah.
Hang on, Rory. Now slow down. Now you're confusing me.
Before anything,
hang on, Rory. The package is the tool and the nutsack. Now, did she have the package or not? I'm confused.
No. She had a full surgery. Like, she had already been on hormones.
Okay.
She had breasts, and she had her tool cut off.
Okay. Now, Rory, listen.
So,
I would never call you a liar. I wouldn't do that to you. But now, are you keeping it?
No, she did.
Are you keeping it real with us?
No, she did. I'm keeping it 100, man. She did. She was she wasn't like the topic tonight. She wasn't one of those. She told me straight up, and then I think in her regular life and whatever, she does that with whoever she messes with.
Okay.
That she's definitely not hiding it.
Okay. Okay. So had she have had the tool, would you still have proceeded? Because it was just top, as you said. I mean, it was she was born with a penis, and then you allowed this trans woman to, top you off. Suppose she did have the tool. Would you have still proceeded with the pleasuring that went on, as you say?
I don't think so, man. I can't say for sure, but I don't think so. I don't want to everybody be like, yo, he's lying, or whatever. But I think that would have made a difference in my head, and that's I was spun at the time. I was really spun, man. Okay. So yeah, that would have made a difference for sure.
Okay. And it's your story.
Yeah, for sure, man.
It's your story that you never travel down that road again with coke and a trans woman. That's what you're saying to us. That never happened again, just that one time.
It never happened again with a trans woman, and it took me another little while to get off the coke. It wasn't like after that night. I had maybe, I want to say within that year, maybe 5 months, 6 months. I don't know the exact time frame.
Gotcha.
I got in trouble and I got arrested, and then after my experience on Rikers Island, I got jumped by the Latin Kings for calling them Mexicans.
Ooh.
I got really beat up really bad and stuff.
Wow.
Yeah. And then after that,
Amor Dade.
Spanish to me, Star. You know what I mean? Like, and I was just like, yo.
Okay, Rory, hold on a second. I want your assistance here, and FBJ wants to chime in. Let's have a good discussion here. All right. So, in your professional opinion, should trans women reveal their gender? If you're out and about, people are partying, turned up, having a good time, you know, and you see something you like, should that person say, "Hey, I've got a tool," or is that not something that should be revealed that will then destroy the flow, you know, the flow of fun? Let's just say that.
You know, Star, when it comes to like when it comes to the brothers and the black trannies, like the video that I saw, that that video you were talking about.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel bad because I think nowadays the black trannies will probably have a really hard time distinguishing which black dudes are straight and which ones are gay, because they all seem like real feminized and nowadays, you know.
Okay.
They all wear like real tight clothes and pink colors, and you know, I don't know if they would like that video that you sent to me. When I saw that, I thought to myself, I'm like, yo, not for nothing, but at the end when they stripped them, they were like they lined them up. And they were all taking pictures of their tools and of their butt, and they were like touching them and stuff like that. So it kind of seemed like they were all into it. Why would you be taking pictures of them and standing them up naked?
Yeah. All right, now hang on a second, Rory, because last time you were on the line, we were talking about this, and I said to you, there is no amount, in my opinion, of black crime against trans women that equals or even comes close to what this country has done to transgender people. Again, they had laws. It was outlawed. I grew up in the 70s, and it was. We used to go to certain classes, and they used to say this is an abomination, yada yada yada. So I hear you trying to put it on black people, but let's not do that right now. Let me bring in FBJ. We're having
no. I'm not trying.
Okay,
I'm not trying to put it on them. Hold on. Star, when
hold on, Rory. Hold on. I got to shift gears here. I need you to just let the conversation flow. Florida Boy J, you there, sir? FBJ, okay. FBJ.
Star, I'm on the mic. I'm right here. Let's go. Let's get to these topics, man.
Good to hear from you, man. Black Twitter over the weekend coming for Destiny's Child. Classic. Catered to you. They're saying it's toxic. Is the black man no longer needed? What are your thoughts? Or is this, are we somewhere else in society and the black woman doesn't need anybody? What are your thoughts?
What my thoughts are is you're really seeing the manifestation of the same people that try to cancel. You're seeing the manifestation of black women and beta male feminists who like to co-sign and agree with everything women say, just be agreeable people. And with the Cater to You song, when it came out, it was a classic.
Oh, yeah.
Just off of the fact that when you have a track that's actually saying how you're going to cater to men, appreciate the man in your life, your boyfriend, your fiance, your husband, that is a good song. It goes in the same category as Tony Tone's Anniversary. It's just certain tracks in black music that stand alone and stand the test of time. Now you have these feminist German Shepherd black females coming out of here and trying to cancel a classic song that's just trying to big up and appreciate the real niggas that are in real females' lives that are paying bills, getting a job done, dicking your girl down right, making sure the bills.
I need you to keep it kind of clean. We're doing good. Let's not do the whole.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Vulgarity thing. Slow it down. We're doing good. Come on.
Yes, sir. What I'm saying is, everybody should be appreciated, especially the black male who's putting it down, who's paying the bills, who's carrying his own weight, who's making sure he's fresh, making sure his girl is fresh. That Cater to You song is like a Father's Day gift to black males and to males who take care of their girls and make sure you're doing the right thing. And anybody trying to cancel that is just a feminist and a German Shepherd for white supremacy. And they ain't got no man. They ain't getting taken care of. They paying bills for a bum-ass nigga. And because they're bitter, they're trying to project it on to a whole bunch of women who actually got good niggas. And the women who have good niggas need to speak up and make sure this song ain't canceled. Because y'all the real females out here, not these bitter females who ain't got no man scissoring their homegirl because no man wants to be around them more than 15 minutes after they bust their nut. Yeah. So I'm going to keep it up.
Okay, and Dana, thank you. I got your email, Dana. Yes, I have that story already printed out. Hold on, guys. With regards to a Virginia Tech football player allegedly kills his Tinder date who posed as a woman. Thank you, Dana. Have that cocked and loaded in the barrel. I want us to have a good discussion about this topic tonight. So, Florida Boy Jay, did you see the video in my community section?
Absolutely. I've seen the video, and salute to everybody who exposed the fact that they were trying to masquerade as something that they were not. Salute the fact that they did get evidence to alert the rest of the local community of the perpetrators who were trying to masquerade as something that they were not. And I understand Rory was saying as, oh, they were taking pictures, they were turned on. No, what they were doing is getting evidence and letting everybody know who in the community was masquerading as something that they were not. Yeah. And honestly, what I think about the topic personally is they should disclose who they are when they meet males, because their fear is that every male is going to be violent and attack them. That is false. Right. If a nigga comes up to you and you tell him straight up what you are, he's going to respectfully leave you alone, or he's going to pursue you. Once you do that, then you got the green light. But the more you try to go back and forth, flirt, text a nigga back 2-3 days in advance, and then tell him on the fifth day, just for the fact that somebody developed feelings for you or had any thoughts about intimately getting with you and you didn't disclose the fact that you were previously a male, can cause some type of tension or aggravation or type of act that those transsexuals may not want to happen to them. So you have to disclose who you are the minute you meet these people.
Okay, now hang on a second, guys. Is that video out of Jamaica? Where's that video out of? Anybody know? Could you tell by way of the talking, the music in the background? Rory?
Yeah, I thought they were from Jamaica, man. It's the accent sounded Jamaican, and you know, they kind of looked Jamaican. They didn't look African American.
Okay, are you sure? Because they were talking in the background on the microphones, and there was music. No, I'm just asking. Can we be sure here, please?
I'm not. No, I'm just saying. That's from watching the. I'm not sure, but from watching the video, that would be my assumption. Okay. I would say that I thought they were Jamaican.
Okay. All right, hang on a second, guys. Let me go to Cash App. Daryl, I got your donation. Thank you so much, Daryl. These hoes ruin everything. Cater these nuts. Okay. Hey, Rashida, how are you? She says, salute, handsome old nigga. Oh, thank you, darling. Thank you so much. Very nice picture you have there. Is it Jamar? Jamar, I got your donation. In a nutshell, Thanos was born from Eternals. Okay, I'm not up to speed. I know who Thanos is, and I like what he did over the last couple of MCU films. The trailer for Eternals looked like trash to me. I'm sorry, it looked like trash. But thank you. I don't know enough about that whole world. I try to watch those films. I get lost, and, you know, it is what it is. Quindrick got your donation. He says, what's good, Playboy? Keep that extra game coming. Okay. And also Crown, are you calling in? He says, Rory and Juicy Smollett would be perfect together. Okay. All right, so let's just shift gears here for a second. We don't have to talk about the Virginia Tech football player. You know, if he didn't know what it was, he still allegedly punched a trans female, and the trans female is dead. Virginia Tech football player. Rory, back to you. So the other topic, any thoughts about Beyonce's, Destiny's Child classic catered to you, or is that not your area of knowledge? You're from New York, and you love R&B.
Yeah, I came up, when I was younger, Destiny Child just started. Yeah. And, I just think, it's the whole politically correct thing has gone crazy. It's gone absolutely crazy. And the new generation, I'm not knocking them, but they're just different than us. And they find fault with a lot of things. And, me personally, like I enjoy racial jokes, And
so do I.
I like racial jokes, whether it's against me or I'm the one telling the joke. I find it funny. I like the humor in it.
No.
And for certain stereotypes, I always found in my lifetime that there was some truth behind every ethnic stereotype, although it's exaggerated.
Yeah.
I found that it was some truth. So I think the generations are just different, and I think they could do this all day if they wanted to. They could go back on almost anybody and say, back in the 90s, you said X, Y, and Z, and we find that offensive now, So it's kind of lame, and, it's kind of lame, to be honest with you.
Hang on a second, stay there. I want to bring in some calls. And again, guys, my main topic tonight, Black Twitter, comes for Destiny's Child, classic song catered to you. What are your thoughts, black man? Are you no longer worthy of praise? And FBJ, can you pull the lyrics, please, to cater to you? I think Mo's on the line.
I'm gonna find the lyrics right now. Give me a second.
Please do so. Moax. Good evening, sir.
Hey, sorry about that. I was trying to text you, not call you. Sorry about that. But how you doing, Star?
Hey, man, I thought you were someone else. I didn't even see the facts. I just said, I'm live. What's up? If I'd have known that was you, I'd have picked right up.
Yeah, no, I hit the wrong button. I hit the call button instead of the text button. But, yeah, this.
Let's go, Mo.
I'm going to say it like this.
Please, take your time.
When I said before, these modern women are demons. Everybody got frustrated with me. But all they want to do is kill, steal, and destroy. That's all they want to do, and like their father Satan. I say that because this song wasn't bothering nobody.
Right.
Women that think this way are not bothering anybody. So why do they have to go out their way? If you don't want a man to cater to you, then don't do it. Don't find a guy like that. But no, what they want to do is shame. Like Kevin Samuel said, use sign language. Shame, insult, guilt need to be right.
Okay.
And what they're trying to do is shame women that cater to their men. Now, I want to point you to one song. We're going to start two things. If we're going to cancel the song, then we have to cancel the singer as well. Beyonce, she got to go. You see what I'm saying? Because this is how they played it. This is how they play that game. We don't just cancel songs if somebody has a racist song or, when we look back in history and say, oh, this song was out of pocket. They don't cancel the song. They cancel the singer as well.
Right.
We've seen this, so we're going to use the same standard. Beyonce got to go with the song. My second point is...
Well, hang on a second, Mo. Before you go any further, again, I don't know this young lady, not that I have to. Her Twitter page says she's a comedian. Maybe she was just trolling, having some fun. Maybe it's not that deep. I don't know if she really feels that way, but the reaction has been in support of her tweet. So I would...
I have no issue with the lady.
Okay, yeah, but here's the thing. Let me just finish my thought.
Right. Sorry about that.
I think that we are in a society right now where it really looks down upon anything that is supportive of strong black men. It just looks down upon them. And earlier I gave an example. Guys, we got a lot of noise in the background. Whoever's can you put your phone on mute? I gave an example of a song from 1973 when I was a kid. This was a monster hit. Claire. This is all over the radio, and my father said, boy, don't sing that song, because it was a guy, an adult, singing about his affection for a child when he was babysitting her. And he wasn't canceled. Again, a different time, but the dominant society, that guy went on to, I think he made like over 10, 12 albums. Great, you were saying, go ahead.
Yeah, so I just wanted to point out, too, like I was saying before, Beyonce not only sung the song, but she got on the song on the BET stage, like you said, and did a mock striptease to the song. So if we're going to cancel the song, Beyonce got to go with her. The second point I want to make and point you to, because I know you know the song, Percy Sledge, When a Man Loves a Woman.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That song is talking about cater to a woman, dropping your best friend if you talk bad about her. She could be a bad woman. It's a straight simp song.
Yeah.
But men are not out here trying to cancel that song. That goes to show you the mindset of these women. They want to destroy anything that brings joy to somebody else. This song is not bothering anybody, but they're bothered because they're not the caliber of woman to have a man to cater to them, and they never will be.
Do you know what song I hate? And I had to catch myself because I was riding around the other day, and I had a jagged edge CD in there. Pardon me, Jagged Edge CD in my in my car, and this song "Let's Get Married" came on. I said, "Why am I listening to this?" It was just like I didn't really understand, or I mean, I understood, but I mean, it's so sappy and such a simp song.
It's another simp song out there. I think I don't listen to the radio that much, but he's talking about, girl, get your shine back, get your glow back. The guy stole it from you, you got it, or something like that. Mm-hmm. I don't know the guy's name, but he's very simpish. Guys didn't have a problem with that.
Yeah.
If that's what you like, then that's what you like, because we can get what we want. Their problem is they can't get what they want because they don't have what they need to get it.
Yeah.
And that's what they're frustrated about. And what they want to do is make all the women.
I'm sorry, Mo, hang on a second. Rory, you're killing me. You got a lot of noise in the background, Rory. A lot of noise. Go ahead, Mo.
Yeah, I'm just saying, this is an attack not on men. This is an attack on women. Women, pay attention. This is your nosy, lonely, bitter girlfriend saying, girl, why you catering to that man? But you know what? At night, you have that man there to hold you, to give you money, shelter, protection.
Right.
That's why you cater to him.
Yeah.
My wife has that. She had to learn a long time ago that she had to cut a lot of her friends off, but I had to let her see it for herself. Mm-hmm. Because all they want to do is throw salt because they're bitter and they're demons. And I'll say it again. They are demons. That's what they are. Mm. So whoever wants to get frustrated with that, they can.
Okay.
But if we're going to cancel the song, then we got to cancel their queen, Beyonce, with it.
Yeah. Mo, can you stay there? Rory, I want to finish up with you on the other topic because I do want to shift gears. Should trans women reveal their gender? Rory, please. You were my first caller.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think they should. I just think that, like I said before, I think nowadays that this generation is so feminized, both black and white, that I think a lot of times that the reason that they don't reveal it is probably because they assume that the dude they're talking to is down with the fruitcake stuff because of the way he looks and his mannerisms. That's what I think. I think that might be one of the only reasons that they do hide it, And if I could ask Mo one question, Star, I just wanted to know what he thinks about Beyonce turning into a white girl more and more every year,
I don't think she turned into a white girl. I think she's just catering to her white benefactors. They expect a certain image out of her. It's amazing how she can cater to that white society, but now black men can't be catered to. So that answers your question, Rory.
I just like on physical appearance, do you see a difference from Beyonce when she was in Destiny's Child to she is now as far as her skin tone, lighter,
of course,
and the blonde hair,
knows everything. Yes.
Yeah, but do you notice that a lot of the African American megastars, it seems to be a trend with some of them, and I don't understand that. Why? I think she was more beautiful when she was she wasn't dark skinned, but she was light skinned black girl, and I don't know what would possess her to bleach her skin or change her photos or whatever. She don't look better like that. She looks.
Well, hang on a second, Rory. If I can jump in, Mo, if I can just jump in here for a second. In this country, many cultures, groups, ethnicities have had to assimilate, including yourself, Roy, because you are Irish. Yes.
Yeah, but we didn't have.
Hang on. Hang on. You're Irish.
Okay.
In this country, once upon a time, you were not considered to be white. You have assimilated to being white, but you were looked upon as the bottom of the barrel by white people, the founders of this particular land that we live in. So you have assimilated the same way you got black people assimilating, but you're talking about something different. Skin, is that more of a concern to you, the skin color?
No, I feel like we did assimilate Star, but I don't think we ever try to change our physical appearance to assimilate because
You don't have to.
Rory,
You don't have
Rory,
to.
not only did y'all change
don't
y'all
have
appearance,
to.
y'all changed your last name because a lot of y'all dropped the Mick off of it. Let's stop playing games.
No, listen.
Let's stop playing games.
Listen. I'm gonna tell you, I still have the Mick on my name. But
I'm just saying,
you're
though,
right.
you can't make it a black thing.
You're right. No,
Okay.
you're right.
I
think
thank you.
you're right. What you said was a fact. What you said was a fact.
Okay, now hang on a second, Rory. I want to give you the last word. I'm going to give you the last word with regards to our topic because we're going left, right here. Okay, so you say that they should reveal their gender, trans people. They should.
I think they should because it keeps them safe, and you got a lot of crazy people out here, and just deceiving people in general, deceiving people and not keeping it real is I don't think people respect that. I just don't think people respect that.
Okay, Florida Boy Jay, before Rory goes, not to start anything, but any questions for Rory? He has helped me lead off this topic. I thought he did very well. Are you guys okay?
Yeah, I don't have any questions for Rory. I just wanted to bring up the fact that on that same Beyonce album where they had Cater to You that people try to cancel, you don't see any women trying to cancel that song Soldier. That was the basically describing the stereotypical black male and what women might want. So it's funny how you want to cancel Cater to You, but you don't want to cancel Soldier. But I just wanted to see what Mo's point was at before Mo got off the phone. So I wanted to
was going right there. You took me right there, Florida Boy Jay.
Okay.
It's okay.
Guys, hang on. I'm going to say goodbye to Rory. Thank you, Rory, for chiming in, man. I appreciate your approach on this topic.
All right, Star. Peace and Black Power.
Okay, thank you, Rory. Okay, FBJ and Mo, back to you guys. Very good point. The song Soldier. Let's go.
Yeah, like Florida Boy Jay said, it's okay for us to be stereotypical or to be put in a box as long as it fits their agenda. But when we want to have what we want to have, it's a problem. So that's the excellent point that Florida Boy Jay made.
Yeah. And the list goes on and on. MC Lights, got to get a what? Got to get a roughneck. That I guess that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Mo, anything else you want to?
Can I say one thing?
Yeah,
can I say one more thing? Sorry for you. I guess I want to free up your line, but
come on.
One thing, it's amazing. These same women that say everybody has the right to have their truth, live their truth. Even with the transgender people, you accept how they are. They're women, no matter what their biological status is. But if a man has the option to choose what he wants, that's a problem. So I want to make one statement about this transgender thing.
Please.
Not only should they have to reveal their gender, I think men should push for a law. If they lie about it, it should be a crime. Because what you're doing is putting people in danger. So what this should be is called gender fraud. And men should really push for these laws. So if you have in writing when she texts you or says she's a cisgender woman, and it comes to find out that she's not, she should be charged with some kind of sexual assault or the R word. I totally believe that because that is misleading, and that can cause severe damage to the man, to his psyche, to his confidence, and everything else. So I want to challenge men. We need to start fighting fire with fire. We see what time it is, and we don't need to take it to all women because these modern women are only a fraction of women. There are good women out here. I got one.
Mo, stay with me. That's a very, very good point. Now, I have not done the research, I'll be honest with you, with regards to if someone has been deceived into a relationship and it goes against my moral compass, my religion. You have deceived me and you have caused trauma. Therefore, I have responded. I have responded in a violent way, and I was not of sound mind. Therefore, I was insane for the time that it took to physically assault, or I don't want to say the other word, but physically assault this person. Therefore, I should be set free. That's what you're saying to some degree.
That's that temporarily insanity. I don't know if I can say that word, but that's exactly what it is.
Wow. This bitch was hot as hell, and she pulled her pants down and boing.
I'm gonna wrap this.
Boing. Come on, let's go. Go ahead.
Let me make this last point, and I'll hop off here. Because if the shoe was on the other foot, if a woman comes back and say, I gave consent then, but later I want to rescind it, then they'll come pick you up, and you have to go downtown. So if we're going to, like I said, if you want to be equal, and I think you should be equal, we need to start having equal laws to hold them equally accountable when they pull this kind of behavior. Yeah. And to be honest with you, it's really men anyway. So we should hold these men accountable.
Mo, I appreciate you, man. Thank you for your time this evening. Thank you so much.
So I always love to chop it up with you, brother. Florida Boy Jay, keep killing it, and I'll holler at y'all later. Y'all have a good one.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Absolutely, Mo.
Moax on the check-in. Okay, FBJ, hold on a second. I want to get to some of these super chats and cash apps, and I just sent a text to Rugarani, see if she's available to call in. PPK 1982. Are you up to speed on the gold link? Sheck West beef. Can you send me a link? I may have seen the thumbnail, but I was very, very busy today, and I'm not up to speed on a lot of things. I'm sorry. You know what? However, I do want us to discuss the Asian man in, is it Michigan, FBJ, accused of shooting the 6-year-old black boy. I've got the story.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, sir.
I do want to discuss that.
But we got to talk about that.
Thank you, PPK 1982. Send me a link, please. I'm not up to speed, or maybe I just didn't pay that much attention. Mr. T, good evening, sends in a donation. Glory Hole Rory said he was a married man. On another show, he said he was a single father. Rory's stories are straight as he is. Hashtag ZSnap. I don't remember. But I appreciate him, giving us the story again. Earl from Newark, New Jersey. I don't need a chick to cater to me. Just fix me a sandwich. Shut up. Okay, and take care of other things. Thank you so much, Earl from Newark. Miss Power B sends in a donation. How old is that song? This isn't even real. They just know what will get y'all going and deepen the division, and trans women should be truthful. Catered to you, what was that, 15 years ago? I don't even know.
He's exactly 16 to 17 years old, because I have a niece the same age of when that album came out. So that was their last, Destiny's Child's last album. That was 16, 17 years ago, 04, 05.
Classic. Timeless. It's a timeless song. Why is that being looked upon by Black Twitter as, toxic? Thank you for your donation, Miss Power B. Low prestige in the check-in. If catered to you is wrong, I don't want to be right. If you disagree, stay the F away from me. That's wrong, but Jerry Lee Lewis is a free man. Hashtag Jerry Lee Lewis. Jerry Lee, isn't he dead? Hold on a second. Okay, Rugarani, hold on a second. Sir, you said Jerry Lee Lewis. Jerry Lee Lewis married his 13-year-old cousin. He's still alive? He's alive. Thank you for your donation. Low prestige. Born in 1935. He's now 85 years of age. I forget whether he went to jail. I mean, I know that really his career took a hit, and rightfully so. Married his 13-year-old cousin. And just like the song, Claire. My father said, "What? You sing that goddamn song in this house or in school?" Thank you for your donation. Blade, I got your donation. If a trans woman fails to disclose their original gender, they are committing sexual assault and or rape, period. Men have the right to choose. Okay. UK-ish. Taxes to the legend. Okay. Mr. Terrain, we need to know why we only seen your, what? Wildest taunts, exposed smile. Okay, you're talking very crazy, sir. But thank you for your donation, whatever that's about. UK-ish. I've never met Stacy Glore, but thank you, man. That was very nice super chat. I think Rugal Ronnie's right here. Ronnie, area code 732. Good evening on a Wednesday night. Are you there?
Hey, Star. How are you?
Hey, I got FBJ on the line with me. You know what we're talking about, yes?
Hey, Jay. Yes, I do. Mm-hmm.
Ronnie, what's popping?
Where do you want to chime in?
I am here. I guess we're talking about the Destiny's Child Cater to You controversy, right?
Yeah, Black Twitter saying, it's a bad song now. Toxic. Your thoughts?
Yeah, 17 years later. I didn't have a problem with the song when it came out. I don't have a problem with it now. Probably because I have a man who's worthy of being catered to, a man who is deserving of being treated like a king and what they describe in that song.
Okay.
So for me, it's an honor and a privilege to go above and beyond for him. Now, I read through some of the comments because I wanted to see, what the hubbub was about.
Uh-huh.
And the most common pushback that I saw was from women who said, these men out here don't deserve that treatment. None of these men are worth it. And so I completely understand why they take the position that they do, because they haven't experienced a man who is worth it, most likely because they themselves are not worthy of a good man. So, just as they can't relate to the concept of catering to a man, I can't relate to having such a negative, jaded, just miserable overall perspective of men and how they should be treated, because we don't have the same reality.
Gotcha. To be fair, today's culture is not that caring nor sensitive towards black women. The brilliant Ayn Rand said once upon a time, a culture is made or destroyed by its articulate voices. The voices of today primarily are the South in terms of hip-hop, which is the dominant genre and or culture. What's that song, Throat Baby? Throat Baby, I'm trying to bust out on you. Monster fucking hit. Jesus Christ. Do you think that that's the law of the landscape for the most part? I mean, I respect what you've said, Ronnie, but do you think for the most part people are just sexual deviants and it's all just a free-for-all and whatever?
I don't know about sexual deviance, but I would go as far as to say this, and this is just strictly a wild guess here. I haven't, I don't have a study. I haven't polled anybody, but I truly believe that the majority of the women taking issue with this song have no clue what it means to cater to a man, because they grew up in a home without a man. So they haven't, they have yet to see, they haven't got to see how a man should be treated. So, they probably saw men come in and out of their mother's lives, and they didn't witness mom pampering dad, right? So, they grow up to be women who, have no idea of how to love and care for a man, much less, how to cater to their needs. But I think that there's a lot of hypocrisy in all of this, because you can't find one woman who will tell you, I want a man who ignores me, or I want a man who does the bare minimum, or I want a man who just does just enough to get by. Not one woman is going to tell you that. Instead, they all seem to be, want to be treated like a queen. So that's where the rub is. How is it that you want something from a man that you're not willing to provide in return? Yeah. That makes no sense to me.
FBJ, can I ask you to chime in with regards to Black Twitter trying to cancel Cater to You by Destiny's Child? I don't even know if Beyonce or anybody has responded. But again, this story picked up traction on Black Twitter over the weekend. Florida Boy Jay, your thoughts again?
Yeah, not only are my thoughts, I mean, I'm reading comments right now from it, and people are saying that song Cater to You is basically describing slavery for a woman.
Damn.
And sometimes I'm seeing these Caribbean African flags by a lot of these profiles. Number one,
Okay.
I'm just stating that. That's not me giving any rhetoric or any type of narrative.
Okay.
That is literally the type of the profiles that I'm clicking on when I see the negative comments.
Okay.
And just like I said earlier, you're not seeing songs that are depicting stereotypical men like Soldier, or what you said, like What a Man, with Salt and Pepper, but you're going to see songs like Cater to You, Anniversary, these songs that are appreciating the man and what the man does in the household and the relationship. You're going to see those songs getting bashed. And another thing on top of that, this is just another example of where you see black women at every turn taking an opportunity to bash black men, and anything that's appreciating black men or giving black men any type of credit.
Good point.
The first people to discredit that are black. The first people to discredit that are not white men or not white women. It is the black female that is moving like the German Shepherd for the white man to discredit anything the hetero black man can do, especially for the black woman, as those songs were sung by 3 black women, and black men still get discredited. That's a black eye on black women, and I need them to take account for what the fuck that they're letting happen on Twitter right now.
At some point, we have to include the City Girls in here. I mean, I don't know their music like that, but they are, if not the biggest female rap group out right now, and they have a lot of influence. Okay, I'll take a few more calls, super chats, and cash apps on this topic, and then I want to, Ronnie, don't let me forget, we have to discuss the story that you brought to my attention earlier, the Asian neighbor who allegedly shot the 6-year-old black boy. Okay, don't let me forget that.
Yes,
T3, the polar bear on the check, and he says respectfully, it's polar. Okay, thank you, sir. Hey, Scotland, how are you? SipTrinity.com. I got your banner ready. Yes, I do. You're going to be the first banner right after the show's over. Let me just make sure. Okay, there you go. And I might even take an intermission. And but I got your donation. Thank you so much, Scotland. Guys, make sure you go to www.siptrinity.com, all right? Also, okay, Rashida, I got your donation. Thank you. Daryl got your donation. Wicked Hebrew. Okay, he's talking really crazy about Rory and the Little Caesars mascot. Blade, I got your donation. Your father was right to forbid that song in his house. Hey, man, not only did I love my dad, I liked him. So when he said something, I didn't even question him. I just said, copy. I went to school, and we were doing the rehearsing for that song, and I'm just there pretending to sing it. He said, don't sing it, don't sing it. I'm not bucking nothing at the house, you know. Thank you, Blade, for your donation. Jay Savage, he says, ask Rory if Zach Lee was his wingman in the West Village. Okay. Barrington got your donation. Thank you. Barrington says, my fiance sent me money to send to you. Judge. Thank you, sir. John Blaze, are you calling in, sir? He says, salute to a real nigga. Thank you, John Blaze. Dale, I got your donation. Baby Hit Me One More Time should not be canceled. Oh. So we're pulling out all these stops tonight. Azura Black, he says, great show. Thank you, sir. Elvis the Chef Rosenberg, are you there? Where's Elvis? Area code 646. Elvis, can you hold on? I'll be right back. Stay there. Okay, I got Elvis on hold. Luke Haney, how are you? So Luke Haney says, Ruger Ronnie caters to her man, high-value woman. Okay, thank you, Luke Haney. Barrington again. Dana's catering to gay black porno. FBJ, run, girl. Okay. Vernon got your donation. Are black women the guard dogs for feminism? Good point. Elvis, the Chef Rosenberg, good evening, sir. Are you there on a Wednesday? A 1-2.
Big Elvis the Chef, I am here, star.
How are you, man? What do you want to chime in?
Yo, man, I'm having a good week. Life is good. You know, I got the new bakery about to open up here in the tri-state, so I'm going to keep you up to date a little more when that's coming along.
Please.
I wanted to say this for the record. I think, let me cater to you, these lyrics need to be vowed. I want to see weddings where women are doing these lyrics as their vow.
Yeah.
Because this is about a man's purpose. There's only only one part that I have with this song that I don't like, when she says, "This is your day." No, this ain't my day. This is your life. This is your lifestyle.
Let's go, Elvis. Let's go.
You know, this is your lifestyle. Your lifestyle is about a man's purpose. What is your purpose? Why are you here? To bear you're here. These women are here to bear our children, and we're here to have a legacy where hopefully there's wealth involved. So when you have something like that, and that means that you're out of the 85% of the rest of the people.
Okay.
Please cater to me. Please look for your life to represent the purpose of that man that you have. And let me tell you, Star, this needs to be vamos.
Yeah, I love this song. I've said this on many, many occasions. I've played it over the years on my different shows. Guys, if you don't know Michelle Williams from Destiny's Child, she said about Cater to You, she now has a man worthy of all the verses, but some of these details are pending until marriage. And somebody else said something about the song. I'm looking for.
No.
Is it Kelly Rowland?
That's actually old.
That's old?
That's old. Michelle, she said that when she was engaged to that pastor guy.
Okay, did she get married?
No, it broke off. They did like a marriage boot camp thing, and they never ended up getting married.
Okay.
But he was given "How you doing" vibes anyway. So.
So wait a minute. Okay, so who on the Shade Room, sitting in a restaurant with at Chad Johnson, and Cater to You comes on and made this face because he's waiting on the first and second verses to be fulfilled one day. I wrote my verse about empowering and uplifting the man. I wish you would tap me on my shoulder while I'm asleep. That was Kelly's promise, not mine. Okay. Thank you for the clarification, Ronnie. Elvis, back to you, sir, with regards to this topic. And Elvis, I want your thoughts. Should trans women reveal their gender before you go, sir?
Yes, absolutely, and they should be jailed if they don't. Because I think it's all about their insecurities. They don't believe that they look as good as they try to pretend they do, so they believe the guy is probably just lying to himself. No, boo-boo, he was thinking with the wrong thing,
Right.
and now you might lose your life.
Damn. Yeah. Okay. Elvis, what's going on your
And that's a fact.
on your channel on YouTube? Any new videos you want to promote or mention?
Yeah, I did a new video recently where the concierge at where I'm staying, she had a friend come by the other night around 2 a.m, so they're chatting it up. I stopped by at the desk. Next thing you know, I pull out the camera, so I got a video. I call it Modern Women and the Need to Be Right. So it's about an hour long, and it's just some really raw footage. And then wifey was sitting next to me, so it was kind of cool to see how most of these women would have cursed me out had my wife not been there. But then to see me sitting there telling them what I was telling them and saying the things that I was saying with wifey sitting right there, it worked out well. So I would consider, if anyone gets an opportunity, they can go to my channel on YouTube, which is Big Elvis, first word, and then the second word is The Chef Rosenberg.
I got your
And
banner.
Star, you are appreciated. Ronnie, you on fire, Ronnie. You on fire, girl.
Yeah, man. Elvis, I got your banner ready. Right after the show's over, it'll be on the screen. Thank you so much.
Boom.
Thank you, Elvis. Okay. All right, guys, before I go to any more calls and super chats, Ronnie, you notified me about this story with the Asian man, is it in Michigan, who allegedly shot the six-year-old black kid. There's a video. You can see the video in my community section. Just click on the community tab in my YouTube channel. You were very, very, what would the word be? Just concerned about this video, the story?
Disturbed, disgusted.
Come on.
It's unimaginable. First of all, the fact that he, let me just set this up in case anybody hasn't seen the story.
Okay.
So the 6-year-old child was playing with his bike outside with some of his friends. He left the bike somewhat like in front of the neighbor's yard, in the neighbor's yard. It's not a fenced-in yard, so it's right towards the edge, close to the sidewalk.
Yeah.
When he goes back to get his bike, the neighbor is upset because the kids are loud, they're laughing and joking and playing, and he tries to hit the boy with a sledgehammer. The boy runs off. He still tries to get his bike. The man goes into his house. His name is Ryan Lenunion, 29 years old. So the fact that his name is Ryan tells me that he has assimilated, and I'm not going to go down that avenue yet, but he goes into the house, gets a gun, and shoots through the window and shoots the 6-year-old child. The bullet goes through his arm.
Yeah.
He's then released on $10,000 bond.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, the prosecutors did push to try to get the judge to give a higher bond. They say that they're making an emergency motion right now to get his bail raised up to $100,000. I don't even think he should have bail. You shot this kid. There's no reason acceptable to fire at a 6-year-old child. This wasn't a teenager who you may be mistaken for a fully grown man. This was a 6-year-old child on a bicycle that still has the, what do you call it, the safety...
the training wheels. Training wheels.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. I saw some people earlier leaving comments. They said Biden gave the Asians a wrench. You think this had any impact on this guy feeling he could just pull out a gun, pow, and shoot a black kid? Shot right at him. FBJ, let's go to you, man. Your thoughts. Did you see the video for the boy Jay? Is he on the line?
Yeah, absolutely. I've seen the video, and it was messed up just to see the first image of the father, like, asking, like, how the hell did this dude get a bail in the first place? This should be an attempted murder charge, especially shooting a child. Yeah. There's no way of any race should this just be put off as an incident. And then the kid being, and it's heartbreaking for him to be like, yeah, he shot, but I was too fast. He doesn't even know that his life could have been taken because he's so young. That's the most heartbreaking thing in the whole situation. And what we've already been taught and what we've already been trained to understand is what's happening since the Democrats have got in office is that they're going to be pushing this anti-Asian crime bill. And not only they're pushing it, the side effects of which they want to happen was to incite the Asians to commit acts of violence on black people because we are getting stripped of our rights while, like somebody just said, they are getting the wrench. And with that wrench, they are swinging it. And this was the first swing. They shot a black kid. He got off with a bail. And this is now a dog whistle to other Asians that you will be getting the same type of treatment that white people get if you harm black people. And now we have to look out for the Asian people just like how we do for the whites. Because like I said, now they have the dog whistle that they can now attack us and get the same penalties or lack of penalties that the white people do now.
Very well said. Folks, on the screen, please make sure you visit one of my sponsors, Instagram.com/Alkaline Streams, okay? And I'm also doing this week Goddess Pot specials, www.goddesspot.com. Go there and take a look around. Tell them I sent you. And I will give you 2 weeks free promotion here on the Star Report if you purchase a Goddess Pot for more than $50, okay? Ronnie, back to you. So again, you brought the story to my attention, and I was taking my nap, and I put it right in the community section, went and laid down. Has this guy released a statement yet? Has he said anything? I mean, he looks like he's got a smug look in his mugshot. Is that the actual mugshot from?
Yes, he's smirking.
Smirking. Yeah.
It's as if they told him right before they took the picture, hey, you're going to be right out of here. It's just $10,000. You only need $1,000 with the bail bondsman. You'll be fine. And, you know, what I would like to see happen, and I saw a comment, someone said, you know, if that was my child, I'm not going to the police for justice. And it did kind of bother me, the fact that when the father was interviewed on camera, he said, you know, I'm afraid, I don't know what to do, because the judge ordered the man not to return to his home. He said, you know, but it's just a piece of paper. I don't know what to do. And I wanted to see that man stand up. But I understand that, you know, that would be advocating for violence. And so I'm not going to do that. But what I will say is that there was an incident about a month ago down in South Carolina, where a young black boy was walking through a neighborhood, and a white man broke his phone, started questioning him. What are you doing in this neighborhood? Who are you here to see? Yelling at him, threatening to beat him up. The video went viral. Turns out the guy was a drill instructor at a military base down there.
Right.
And he himself had only been living in the neighborhood for less than a year, but was trying to, play the role of, the neighborhood watch.
Right.
So in less than 24 hours, hundreds of people organized and showed up. And that guy had to leave his house under police protection.
Right.
You saw him loading up his suitcases and leaving. I would like to see something like that. I would like to see, instead of relying on a piece of paper, the community to show up. Hey, we're not going to let this happen.
Yeah,
we're not going to let you shoot at a 6-year-old child, get out on a $10,000 bond and go about your life until trial. No.
Yeah, and sadly, the 6-year-old boy, I'm not going to say his name, but his name is out there in the story. He's talking to the news cameras, and as Florida Boy Jay said, he didn't seem to really be consciously aware of the magnitude of what just happened. He had something wrapped around his arm. He said, "Yeah, he tried to hit me with the sledgehammer." That should not be normal. Should not be normal. Guys, give me a second. I'm coming to the phone lines as well. Let me go to area code 862. Is it 862? Good evening. Are you there? 862. Got a bunch of topics on the table. Hey there.
Hi.
Hey there. Hey there.
Okay, shoot one at me.
Go ahead. What do you want to jump in? We have a few topics.
First of all, about the Asian guy situation, I agree with the other gentleman where I felt as though what he said was very factual in the fact that they now have a green light to go, right? But just even going deeper, the government will never go against the Asian community only because capitalism. They own majority of the businesses and corporations within this country, actually. Even if you go to New York, a lot of the businesses in Manhattan, they're in Japan, they're in Dubai, they're in China, and they're running these companies, So I definitely think there is an unspoken understanding with the United States government, hey, we can't go but so far with certain countries.
Okay.
As far as the beyond,
we have an echo in the background. Can you ask you to turn your laptop down or your headset something? It's echoing.
Oh, yeah, okay. Is that better?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. As far as the Beyonce song is concerned,
Destiny's Child.
I get where a lot of guys are coming. Yes, catered to you. I get where a lot of guys are coming from. I was raised by my grandmother and my moms and aunts. They're not American. Okay. So we were raised very differently. So by the age of 7, we already know how to cook, sew, clean, everything, we see that. We're taught that. In American culture, it's just a little bit different. It's not pushed on them as much. Mm-hmm. I think that plays a factor as well. But as far as the modern woman, did it ever occur to some men that maybe she once was the type that catered? And you get burned so many times that after a while you say, you know what? I can't give any more of my years. Okay. I have to take care of myself. Okay. I have to you get what I'm saying? Like, I can't devote my time to a man who's making me an option.
I appreciate your different perspective. Hang on a second. Stay with me. I appreciate your different perspective. And since you went in that direction, do you think that the music adds to the I don't want to use the word tension, or do you think that the music of today adds to the separation of let's say, the black family? Because there's a song, Throat Baby, and they just did a new remix, or I don't know if it's new, DaBaby, and who else on that remix, FPJ?
It's DaBaby and City Girls, JT from City Girls.
Yeah, City Girls. So that's the thread, the common thread that bonds the younger people right now. That type of message, that type of programming. Do you think that has any influence at all?
Oh, absolutely. My generation, we grew up on Blackstreet and, R. Kelly. The 90s was about going home to your lady, making love to your woman, treating her right.
Gotcha.
You weren't considered a clown, a joker, if you talked about your woman. Matter of fact, if you didn't have a woman, you were a clown and a joker. But the younger generation looks at it, if you are too into your woman or you're too in love or you have one girlfriend, then you're a simp or you're corny. I believe that this new generation is not being raised to be good husbands and fathers or good mothers and wives. That's not something that is being interwoven into their conditioning, you know. Whereas our generation, this is also why I tend to date older men, because I would say the 40s and 50s, they have a different mentality. They're more provider types, you know, majority. The younger generation wants you to go half on a meal, but then want you to cater to them. You get what I'm saying? You know,
you got some men in their 50s, too, that expect you to go half and who expect you to leave a goddamn tip or else I'm out. But you're making some good points.
But
hang on a second.
Yeah,
Ronnie, can you...
and I don't... Look, if you...
Hold on.
And I don't... Look, if you want breakfast in bed, you want home-cooked meals every day, your clothes ironed, you know, clipping your toenails, you want back massages after work.
I don't know that.
But you can't... but you can't give me a part-time boyfriend. Right. Or I have to share you with other women.
Fair enough.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Fair enough,
you can't...
fair enough.
Yeah.
Ronnie, do you want to chime in? Nicole is making some good points, a different perspective. Ruga Ronnie? Yes, no? Do we let her continue?
Yeah, I want to ask her, are you single?
By choice, absolutely. Yeah.
You plan to be single forever, or what is your end game?
I'm a whole different ballpark. I come from a high value man, so I do tend to attract high value men. I date high value men, and there is, you know, they have a preference. You know, when you date those type of men, you understand what it is. You are catering to them, but you're also not wanting and needing for anything. I'm very well educated, so I'm very focused on my future, because should a man not come, I need to be able to take care of myself and well, you know. So I'm not pressed to be with somebody. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, I'm good. I'm happy with myself, you know. Yeah, I'm a different breed.
Okay. FBJ, do you want to chime in, or do we give this call the last word? FBJ.
I'm going to chime in. The funniest thing about this whole conversation is you have people like me, Mo, Ronnie, who are successful entrepreneurs and business people who have happy relationships, heterosexual relationships, who celebrate songs like Cater to You, where even Ronnie, as a female, she knows it's certain times that you have to appreciate your man. Me and Mo, men that know it's certain times when we should be appreciated and celebrated. Then you have single women and delusional men who may call on here and try to denounce this song or denounce the narrative of what you're supposed to do when the song comes on. And at the end of the day, I feel like the same way if you don't have any kids, you shouldn't talk on kids. If you're not in a happy relationship and don't know how to run a functional relationship, I kind of don't want to hear what your take is on songs, or I don't want to hear your negative take on songs like Cater to You or anything that's promoting a healthy heterosexual relationship, respectfully.
Well, I was in an 8-year relationship, but I had more of the love and basketball relationship. I grew up with my high school sweetheart, you know, from the age of 9 to 26 years old.
So why did that relationship not translate into a marriage?
I wasn't mature enough to be able to give him what he needed at that time. See, once a man acquires his career, he has the education, he buys a home, he's making money, the only thing left for him is to kind of settle down, if he's the kind that checks boxes, right? And I'm hanging out with my girlfriends. I wanted to be 23, 24, 25, and I don't think, and I was a great girlfriend, but I will take ownership that at some point in time, I wasn't ready to grow up and be a wife. And see, I supported him in his career. I helped make him into who he is today. And he'll even say that I was a staple in his life. Well, when you're pulling strings to get someone into corporate America, you did help them. When you're buying them suits and things like that, you did help them.
Okay.
So where's the return on your investment? Where's the return on your Where's the ROI? You invested all of that and you walked away. Why? It sounds like you're much wiser and much mature now.
Well, yeah, I'm definitely much wiser, but that was a different kind of love. That's a love that grew through the years. We were best friends through childhood, and we developed into love. That's why I said it was like love and basketball type of thing. That's a different love. That's more familiarity and comfort. Our families knew each other. It made sense, you know. But was it like this deep, like butterflies? It wasn't that. And I think I was always searching for that until I got older and I realized that's not what relationships are about. It's not always going to be the butterflies. I mean, if you're lucky if you have that. But the reality of it is, and he told me this a couple years ago, we're still in good terms, you know. Love doesn't pay the bills, you know. You got to have other things going on to keep it. And especially when you start young like that, you outgrow each other. You're not the same person at 23 that you're going to be at 43. I don't think any man should marry before the age of 40. That's just my opinion. And I don't think.
I think you've got a good point there.
30.
I think you've got a good point there. And if I can ask you a question, you sound like a knowledgeable woman.
Okay.
What do you think?
I'm very.
Okay. What do you think about the ultimate man? Never mind that high value stuff. That's cute. What do you think about the ultimate man who has saved his money? Who's confident, conceited, convinced. He has assets, selfish. And he's not looking to groom a woman. He's not looking for a virgin. He prefers whores and scammers. What do you think about that man? What do you think about that man?
That's usually you'll be surprised. That's a good percentage of older men who have been divorced or have kids who don't want to have any more kids.
No. He's never been married. He's got no biological kids. And hang on a second. When I say hang on. When I say whores, he doesn't pay whores, but he prefers the whore mentality and a scammer. Again, never mind that high value man stuff. The ultimate man. What do you think of that?
Now, I think people confuse high value, what Kevin Samuels calls high value. That's not high value, by the way. And Kevin Samuels doesn't look like the type that even I would speak to a woman that's been with those types before someone like him.
Baby, no disrespect. I'm not even talking about none of that. None of that. Again, the ultimate man. There's no upgrade from the ultimate man. What are your thoughts on that? He's not looking to groom a female. He's not gonna get goddamn veneers. He ain't buying no fucking red bottoms. He ain't getting no Birkin bag. And he prefers whores and scammers.
I think that everybody's entitled to date and be with whoever they feel fits them, right? It's all about what you're looking for in life. Some people want love, the fairy tale, the white picket fence, and so they'll chase that. Yeah. Some people understand that, and that has to do with different love languages, right? Different needs, wants, desires. Right. So if that man wants a type of woman like that, then he needs to pursue that particular woman that has the same type of agenda as him.
Okay. Very well said. Hey, I thank you for your perspective. Thank you for joining the conversation. Did you comment on should trans women reveal their gender? Is that not your forte?
No, I agree with what you said. I think that it's absolutely dire. I think it's for both parties. I think just for the safety of that transgender woman, but also for the mental stability and health of that man, I think that you have to give people a choice. Just like you disclose if you have an STD, right? And you're giving that person a choice. Yeah. Hey, I have something. Do you still want to go down this road? You should offer that guy the opportunity. I don't think that to take someone's free will away from them. Yeah. I think it's wrong, period.
I thank you for your time. Have a great evening.
But what they did to that guy, that was beyond, that's inhumane. Yeah. That's like a different level of cruelty. Yeah. I don't believe in violence and things like that, you know? So even if you are misled, you're an adult. You have to take it within yourself to have control. Okay. And use common sense, you know? Is this going to harm this person? Should I do this? Can I go to jail? Yeah. You know? That's all I have to say.
I thank you for your time. Have a great evening. Take care.
You too.
Okay. Hold on a second, everybody. Hold on. Let me make sure I don't hang up on the wrong caller there. FBJ, I'm going to finish up with you. There was something else I wanted to mention. I'm drawing a blank here. Oh, man, we're having a good discussion. Anything else you want to mention? Do you want to promote your podcast while I'm thinking, Florida Boy J?
Yeah, all I wanted to say with the topic, like I said, the songs like Cater to You and things like this, and even segueing to the trans topic, you see that there's even a debate that people have to disclose the fact that they're trans with heterosexual males in one lane. Then you turn around and see at the same time they're canceling songs like Cater to You that is directly appreciating the heterosexual man in his relationship, number two. And all I'm saying is the people who should be speaking about topics like this, or I won't even say qualified, I'm not saying people who are in current relationships, but people who have actually been in experienced relationships, have kept a woman happy, and actually know what it's like to be in a relationship. So I don't want to hear from no incels or no bitter women who can't get the person that they want to be projecting their dating experience on everybody else, number one. And number two, let me just go ahead and promote Perspectives and Facts podcast. Episode 13 is in Stars community section on your right-hand side. Is in my bio on Instagram, high_life93. Please subscribe to it. And lastly, I think Dana with the data wanted some smoke because she's all in my comment section barking like a German Shepherd. So now I have to go in the comments and treat her to a 5-course meal of slander and get her in the right section because he's barked up the wrong tree. And I'm not one of these pandering, koofy-wearing niggas that think every black woman who has a voice is God. No, I will put you and realign your spine and let you know where you need to be barking up the tree, because not this tree, man.
Okay. Thank you, Florida Boy J. Holy smokes. Luke Caney, sit tight. I see you, sir. Luke Caney, is that you, 909?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Okay, Luke Caney, sit tight. I want to ask Ronnie a question. Ronnie, before I forget, this is what I was thinking about with Florida Boy J. Was there a discussion one time that you brought to my attention, Ronnie, with respect to trans women that are HIV positive, not thinking that they have to inform people? Was that you? I thought it was.
Oh, well, it's two different things. One was a panel discussion where the question was being asked whether or not they should reveal. And there was a trans person who was saying, I don't have to say, I don't have to tell you. This is who I am now. So I told you about that one. But then there was an individual who I spoke with you about, a content creator, who was putting out there this idea that you don't have to reveal if you are HIV or have AIDS.
Jesus.
That you shouldn't have to, as long as you're taking care of yourself.
Jesus. Okay. Luke Caney, are you there? So area code 909. Luke Caney.
Yes, sir, Star. How are you?
Good evening, man. Good to hear from you. What's cracking? What's shaking? Got a few topics on the table tonight, and I'm sitting here sipping mineral water. The fuck? Go ahead.
That's what's up, Star. Yo, so I just wanted to chime in a little bit on the Destiny's Child song.
Okay.
And people, I guess, talking smack.
Come on.
I mean, for me, Star, I just think that a lot of people like on Twitter, these women are bitter. You know, they're bitter. They need to find something to complain about. And unfortunately, they want to compete with men. You know, that's why catering to a man is a problem. But honestly, it's not a problem because you do have some women that cater to the men. Like Ronnie said.
Okay.
Look, she caters to a man because in her eyes, he is worthy. So, and for the ladies that will say, well, I have had my heart broken, blah, blah. Well, too bad, because as a man looking for a wife, I've had my heart broken. But I'm not going to stop being a gentleman, right? Because that's a loser mentality, right? You see yourself at a low level, so you don't want to be yourself and release your natural instinct, right? It's natural for a woman to be motherly, catering, and affectionate, smile, and be the peace for the family. And it's natural for a man, not a male, but a man, to be a provider and as a sign of power and strength for the family and build the community. So if you want to build the community, you need to choose better. And you need to be at your natural best.
Well, now, hang on a second, Luke Caney. You're in the Los Angeles area, yes? You're originally from Africa. And how old are you
Yes,
again?
sir.
I forget. How old are you?
37.
Okay. Now, you're not married. Are you still dating? Do you have a significant other? What's your position?
I'm single, jumping from P to P.
So why should we take you serious? Why should your word reign supreme? I mean, I sat here and I described myself, and I like who I am and what I represent. And listen, I'll keep it real with you. I get heartbroken when I'm with a girl and she don't know how to get no goddamn money. I'm pissed off. But I haven't.
I hear you. I feel you.
I haven't been in love, that type of heartbroken, and Jesus Christ, maybe since 1982. Go ahead. You were saying, go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, for me, look, sir, I'm not saying that my words should be taken as gospel, but I'm just saying there's a reason why I am jumping from P to P, right? Because I am looking to settle down. But I am a man, right? So I'm not gonna wifey everybody. I am selective. I'm not gonna wifey everybody. You need to be worthy of being wifed up by me. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So my word is not gospel, but like I said, I'm single, I'm dating, so I'm experiencing these women, saying I'm single by choice, but at the same time, you want a man to pay for your vacation. Well,
now, if memory serves me correctly, also, Luke Caney, you said that your family back home in the Congo would prefer that you bring home a white woman, yes?
Yes, sir. I did say that.
Yes.
However,
how's that going for you, that search? How's that search going?
I am my own man. Pay my own bills since I was 18.
Okay.
Nobody's going to dictate who I'm going to have kids with.
Okay.
Nobody.
Okay. Ronnie, any questions for Luke Caney? Do we give him the last word? Ruger Ronnie.
How much longer are you going to keep this going, Luke Caney? When are you going to settle down? Just wondering.
I'm not in no rush, Ronnie. That's what I got to say.
Okay.
Okay. So you're playing the field indefinitely. Got it.
Luke Caney, before you go,
that's not what I'm saying.
Should trans women reveal their gender when dating, when out and about, when in the club? You might be tipsy, high on that shit. Should trans women say, "Hey, I've got a pool stick"?
Star. Unless the person is looking to get beat up, they should say it.
Don't go there.
Yeah.
Don't go there.
No, Star.
Come on.
What I'm saying is. Hello, Star?
Yeah, I'm right here. Go ahead. You have the floor, sir.
Yeah.
What are you saying?
What I'm saying is this: if you're not a police officer and you pretend to be a police officer, get ready to be arrested.
Okay.
Right? So what I'm saying is, if you're not a woman and you're pretending to be a woman, you're not a woman.
Jesus. Okay. All
right.
Luke Caney, thank you.
So
can I
jump in, please.
I just want to tell you, while you're playing the field, Luke Caney, I hope you're wrapping it up. I don't want you spreading SARS and malaria to my, American constituents.
Ronnie
with the uppercut.
You're the best, Ronnie.
Whoa.
You're the best.
Luke Caney, thank you, man. Thank you for your donation. Thank you, man. Yes, sir. Okay.
All right.
Well, Ronnie, where the hell did that come from? What the hell?
I just want to be sure he's being safe.
Oh. Hey, Hey, I need to take a break and turn this AC down and get some ice. Can you hang out, Ronnie?
Absolutely, let's do it.
Okay. Guys, I'll be right back. Give me a second. Back in the building. Rugarani, are you there? 012? 012.
1-2.
All right. So, did we flush out the conversation about should trans women reveal if they're HIV positive? I mean, that wasn't like, the main discussion, but maybe that could tie into the showrunner. Should trans women reveal their gender? Not that there's a heavy HIV, issue with trans women, but I'm just
population.
What's that? Just wanted to.
No. I was going to finish your sentence.
Yeah, go ahead. You were saying.
So should they reveal the fact that they are actually men? Absolutely, they should. I think it would certainly cut down on the amount of homicides that happen within that community. 9 times out of 10 with these cases, they trick the guy finds out, and he's like, hey, you got to go. You can't live with this secret. How could you do this to me? Some people would consider that rape because you are withholding vital information that would influence whether or not someone is going to have sex with you. Okay. And, the panel discussion I saw, the trans person, their rationale was, well, I had a sex change, so I am who I am now. I'm not a man anymore, so I don't have to tell you.
Okay.
And that's bogus. And there was another trans person on the panel who actually pushed back because the person who was saying they don't need to reveal said, yeah, and it's the fault of you bigoted black women that we keep getting killed. But it's not bigoted black women who are killing them. And I was very happy when another trans person jumped in to correct that person and said, no, it's not black women killing us. It's these men that you're dealing with who you're either not being honest or they're trying to keep it a secret, and then they're trying to keep the secret within. So stop dating men who aren't comfortable with who you are. There shouldn't be any trickery involved.
Yeah.
That's how you lose your life.
What about the hang on a second. What about the angle that a guy has an experience with a trans woman? He likes it and can't live with the shame. Then he kills the trans woman. I've seen that. I've done these types of stories over the decades, and I believe that's a realistic theory. Some of these guys, they fantasize, they find themselves in a situation, they enjoy it, and then they can't live with the shame. Thus, the reason why they put hands on a trans woman. Maybe they don't kill them all, but they put hands on them, and shit just goes left. They're just out of control. What about that? That they enjoy it.
Yes, I think that's also a plausible scenario that, hey, I can't let this secret get out, and you're the only one who could possibly tell, so I got to get you out of there. But I also think because I've seen articles where the person was tricked. And when they found out, they became enraged. And then, a homicide followed. I'm not going to say that person is wrong for how they reacted. You're playing with somebody's life.
Stop texting me, you son of a bitch. I'm with my wife and kids. I told you I'll see you in 2 weeks. Niggas start snitching. Area code 201, are you there? Good evening. 201. Got a few topics on the table. 201.
And we'll deal with all of them. Peace, Star. What's up? It's Rob Lowe 2000.
Hey, what's up, man? How you been? Good to hear from you.
How's it going?
Yes,
all
sir.
right. Chilling. So,
hey, Rob.
Hey, Ronnie. How you doing?
Good.
Great.
So, cater to you, right?
Yes, sir.
I don't understand what the big deal is. Both sides of the argument are right. The people that are saying that, if you got a good man and you got a good woman, you should cater to them, of course. And if you live that lifestyle where you think that somebody should buy you a Birkin bag, or you're throwing money at your future girlfriend as she spins around on a pole, that cater to you lifestyle is not supposed to exist in that realm.
Okay.
You're applying something to something else that does not apply there. Love and all of those things can happen in that world, but you're not supposed to go into that world, that nightlife, that street life, that you're dealing with girls that are twerking, the city girls. Yeah. Love and all of those things are not supposed to exist in those spaces. Yeah. Respect for one another is not supposed to exist in those spaces. So why are people who have families and cater to their men and their women trying to fight and say, yes, you are supposed to do that? No, they are not a part of that life. It's like when a pimp says that somebody is a square. A square is not supposed to enter the pimp lifestyle, prostitute lifestyle. So they're both right. There's no need to even argue that.
Okay.
Why that's like, when people start talking about these police, you cannot train a cop out of racism. You can't beat the dinner table.
Good point.
That's how somebody was raised.
Good point.
You're not going to get them out of that. These people that are living these lifestyles, what I call nightlife,
mm-hmm.
They did not grow up in those structures where the mother and the father, a lot of these women did not see their mother interact with another man, and it was a positive experience.
Right.
Nor was someone there to teach somebody how to cross the street, how to hold a fork and a knife, how to be respectful. Like the earlier caller said, she was taught how to cook and how to sew and how to do these things. These people are not taught that when they're being raised by their grandmother and their mother's on crack and they don't know who their father is. Like, these are things that have started from slavery all the way up to the 60s, all the way up to the drug era, where, you're trying to teach people how to be civilized that were never civilized. Some things, if you miss that.
Rob Lowe dropping bombs. Continue. I like where you're going. Go ahead.
If you miss that window when you're growing up, if you miss it, it's unfortunate.
Right.
Not that you can't learn it in later life, but as you're living your life and things come about, you're not going to know how to apply them. So when someone is telling you, telling somebody that you should know your place, that's not a woman thing. That's a man and a woman thing, because a man should know his place and a woman should know her place. That's how the two come together and respectfully respect each other's position. You telling somebody in the street that's twerking and, that ain't never been nowhere and, let me get some scrimps and all of that. You can't apply that love, respect, attention, understanding.
Let a hoe be a hoe.
These people.
Let a hoe be a hoe.
Exactly. Most of these people got PSD from their experiences, like they've been in a war. How are you going to teach somebody how to sleep and be calm and nurture them and respect them and hold them up high when they don't know how to do these things for themselves?
You're spitting facts tonight, Rob. You're spitting facts. Spitting facts.
That's an impossibility. So, yo, they're both right. Let the animals kill the animals.
Wow.
God willing.
Okay. Now, Rob, before you go,
you gotta let them go.
Before you go, should trans women reveal their gender? This topic came to me by way of a video someone sent me earlier. I don't know if he wants props or not, but I put it in my community section. The video, you have 3 young trans women in a strip club, and I guess the people didn't know that they were trans women, so they made them strip, and then they were taking videos of their private parts. What do you think? Should trans women reveal their gender within dating, or just out and about?
All right. If both sides were playing fair, yeah, they should. But I mean, look, I could say this. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna just say it. A lot of trans women, right? Because what it is that you're playing a facade. A man being a woman being a man. Okay. So it's a facade. Most of them, how they got that way, they were tricked too, because they trusted someone, and someone violated them at a very young age, and it disoriented everything that they see. When you're very young and you're innocent, there's things that you just don't know. So those things, the possibility of learning those things are ripped away. So a lot of them feel that, well, F it. It happened to me. I'm going to do it to someone else. So, see, some people, like the dude said in Batman.
Now, hang on a second, Rob. Now, that doesn't necessarily make it right. Just because they were traumatized doesn't mean that they should traumatize someone else.
No, I'm not saying, that's not what I'm saying, Star. I know it's not right. You should, listen, if that's who you want to be, then what the hell are you keeping it a secret for?
Okay. Now hang on a second, because I appreciate the knowledge. And Rob, I appreciate the knowledge you're bringing to the table. If I can throw a scenario at you, suppose you have a trans woman and you have a guy. The guy approaches the trans woman. The guy is capping. He's a bum-ass nigga. He's borrowed somebody's jewelry, or the jewelry's fake. He's got his friend's car. He ain't really moving weight from state to state. He ain't really popping on SoundCloud. So he's capping. And the trans woman recognizes that he's capping. You just said if they're both, would you say honest? Is that the word you used?
If they're playing fair.
Playing fair. Okay, so the guy approaches the trans woman. He doesn't know it's a trans woman. He's a lying bum-ass nigga. He ain't got nothing. Again, the jewelry's fake, yada, yada, yada. Should we then say he got what he got? Because he was...
Nah.
Come on.
Nah.
Come on.
He shouldn't... The issue is that you wearing somebody else's jacket or driving somebody else's car is not the same as, faking it till you make it does not apply to someone that will never be.
Good point.
You can't fake your way. A man can't fake his way into being a woman. I don't care if you get your private parts removed, implants, hormones, or whatever. Okay. You will never be a man, and a woman can. You cannot interchange. Once you are what you are when you're in this world.
Gotcha.
That's it.
Okay.
You can't. No matter where you go, there you are.
Yeah. I think you and Ronnie are on the same page. Yes, Ronnie? You and Rob are on the same page with that.
Yeah, I don't recognize the changing of genders.
Yeah. Rob, hey, man, good to talk to you. Anything else you want to mention on your way out?
That's also where a lot of the anger comes from too, man, when you get caught out there.
Okay.
But listen, salute, peace, y'all have a good night. I'm going to listen.
Thank you, Rob. Okay. Rob Lowe spitting facts. Hold on a second. Miguel 1 got your donation. He says Moax is 100% on the right track. Prosecute these transformers. This is the path to go, protecting victims and reducing violence. Are you on the line, Miguel? I do not see your number. Miss Power B says, FBJ girl Asian. I wonder if he's worried about her family, or is she one of the good ones? Okay. I thought his girl was Hispanic, or did I? Never mind. Big Aki. Hey, Big Aki. He says, we told y'all, trying to cape for these emoji. Okay, he's talking very, very racist. Okay. Thank you, Big Aki. He's even throwing people's names in there. Damn, Big Aki, you okay tonight, big nigga? Vega Music 305. Thank you so much. I got your banner coming up. Vega Music 305. And just make sure. I appreciate your support. Got you. Your banner will be 1, 2, 3. Third banner tonight. Thank you so much. Vega Music 305. Yo, Star, most women these days have a lot of demands with nothing to offer. Okay. Ronnie, any thoughts on that? You were pretty vocal earlier with regards to catering to your man. Or no?
My thoughts, I didn't hear the super chat.
Vega Music 305 says, most women today have a lot of demands with nothing to offer. I'm not sure about that. You have a lot of entrepreneurs today. I don't know the stats, but I don't know if they have nothing to offer like they did decades ago. I think we're dealing with a different type of woman. I mean, are we talking about black, white, Asian? What are we talking about?
But he may not even mean monetarily. He may mean they have nothing to offer in terms of being agreeable, which is a term that you also use. He might mean they don't know how to cook, they don't know how to clean, they don't know how to keep the house together, they don't know how to do, the most basic things that a woman should know how to do. That's probably what he means, other than money, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
By saying they have nothing to offer.
Hey, salute to Mal, formerly of the Joe Budden podcast. I follow Mal on Twitter, and he follows me. And somebody took a picture of the back of a Ferrari. On the license plate, it says Mal. But Mal is trying to deny it says Ferrari. Anybody know about this, Ronnie? Is that Mal's Ferrari? Shit is hot.
I'm not sure, but I did see that Joe was looking for a new Lamborghini.
Troll Babies, is that Mal's Ferrari? Hang on a second. I got the picture right here. Looks like some type of green. Shit looks crisp. There it is, license plate. M-A-L. Mal says, that's not me, fam. I just had to throw that in there. Earl from Newark, New Jersey. The child who is not embraced by the village will burn it down to feel its warmth. Did I say that? He's got my name at the end of it. I don't remember that. Was I sipping that night? But thank you, sir, for your donation. Big Aki again. I don't know if this was said before, but if Cater to You is canceled, then Can't Pay My Bills needs to be followed right behind it. LOL. Can't have it both ways. We haven't even considered that yet, huh? Can you pay my bills? Those are anthems.
Well, that goes back to the hypocrisy of it all.
Mm-hmm.
Again, no woman is going to say, I want a man who's going to do the bare minimum. I want a man who just does just enough to get by. I want a man who ignores me, a man who lets me grab the check. Yeah. No woman is going to say that. They all want the world on a platter. Yeah. Whether or not they admit to it, but that's what they all want.
Okay, and then Big Ike sends in another one. Big nigga would 100% agree with Mo. Trans have been fighting to not reveal their gender. Okay, and is the title dedicated to who? I'm not sure, sir. Thank you so much for your donation. All right, a few more calls. Let's go to area code 914. Good evening. Are you there? 914 on a Wednesday night. Are you there? 914. Yes, no, maybe? I got to keep it pushing. I'll bring in area code 334. Good evening. Are you there? 334. Wednesday night.
Yeah, hello?
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
Oh, how you doing, Star?
I'm doing,
long-time listener, first-time caller. How y'all doing tonight?
We're good, man. We got a few topics. Should trans women reveal their gender? Can we start there?
Yeah. I mean, well, if you ask me, should they reveal their gender? I mean, yeah, I do agree with that because in the end of the day, they pride themselves on being what they are. And if this is what they want, and I actually agree with a previous caller, like he said, this is what they fight for. So this is what y'all want, and this is what y'all fight for, and this is, what y'all want to be addressed as, then I feel like it shouldn't be an issue.
Okay.
You should be willing to admit, if someone asks you, like, what are you, then it shouldn't be a difficult thing to identify for, because they call this Pride Month. So if it's something that you are supposedly proud of,
good point,
then why should it be an issue if someone asks you what your gender is? Like, why should it be like there shouldn't be any gray areas or anything?
Why are you playing charades with the Willy Bobo?
Or a woman,
right?
And I also want to talk about or chime in on the whole cater to you situation.
Please.
And I won't keep up much of your time. I'll just get straight to the point.
Let's go.
I also don't really see what the issue is with the whole cater to you thing, because one, it's like, why is it such an issue when these women, because this is coming from the same group that made the song Independent Woman. And I don't understand why all of a sudden, if they decide they want to make a song talking about how much they love their man, respect their men, why is that so much of an issue?
Well, respectfully, it's just, something else on social media that kicked up some dust. And I hate to say, something is viral, because a lot of times a news cycle can just be slow and people say things to get a reaction. Again, I don't know this young female, but she's a comedian. I went through her Twitter page, Ari LaBeija, if I'm saying her name right. And she's funny, in my opinion. She's here in the Atlanta area. I don't think that she said this out of any malice, but this has picked up. And here we are. People are discussing it. But you make a very good point. They've made other songs that counter this particular song. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I was actually kind of surprised when that song originally came out back in 03 or 04, I believe. One of those 04. And because, just like I said, coming off of them making songs like, because Destiny's Child has always been a group that's kind of prided themselves on making very pro-feminist, girl power, empowerment type songs. And then for them to kind of turn around a few years later and make a song called Cater to You, I actually thought it was actually a very endearing song, because for one, it shows that even though they talk all this pro independent woman, rah, 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 feminist, I don't need a man type stuff, for them to come around later on and make a song called Cater to You. And all it was is just, to me, and this is just my personal opinion, it was just a song where they were just kind of talking about, like, hey, we love men, we respect men, or at least we respect our man. And I'm just thinking, like, not much of an issue, because I feel like that's kind of something that most women today, in my opinion, of course, respectfully, in my opinion, most women just kind of don't take those things into consideration anymore, because a lot of women today don't respect men, they don't respect manhood, they don't respect masculinity.
I don't think a lot of women respect themselves today. I'll even go there.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I do agree with that.
I saw some black girls twerking on top of a police car in Chicago. I said, look at these maggots. Fucking maggots. Go ahead. I'll give you the last word, though. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, but I'll just end it on this though. But I mean, I feel like it shouldn't be much of an issue. I mean, if I feel like if anyone finds that song offensive or outdated, then that just kind of shows that kind of is telling of their character and how much they respect or how much lack of respect they have for men, for them to be somehow triggered or offended by a song that which is mainly meant to encourage men and encourage women to respect their men and take care of their man the way that I feel women are supposed to.
Gotcha. Hey, man, I appreciate your support, man. Thank you. Have a great evening. Thank you.
All right, Star, you too.
Yes, sir. Okay, everybody hold on a second. I think we have Miguel. Miguelito. Miguel, is that you? Area code, it's a foreign number. Miguel?
Yep, can you hear me?
Is this Miguel? Miguel 1.
Yep, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. How are you, man? Thank you for being patient and your support. What do you want to chime in?
Yeah, no worries. I just wanted to follow up on what Mo said earlier. I was dying to call in to just state what he already stated, that this should really be illegal. It's called withdrawn consent, if you guys are not familiar with that. In many countries around the world, if you are having intercourse with someone and you remove the condom, that's considered sexual assault. And people are in prison for upwards of a decade in this, in Europe and Australia, New Zealand. And the same thing should be, the same concept should be brought to when it comes to not revealing your gender, because that's like psychologically damaging. Like Ronnie spoke about that, Mo spoke about that, and this is not all transsexuals. I'm actually calling you from Atlanta right now. There's a small segment of people who are trans women who actually make a game of fooling heterosexual men. And then when the tables turn, they claim a hate crime. And to me, if you snap, I would never advocate violence, but if you snap because of that, hey, and when I saw your topic tonight, I'll end this call with this. When I saw your topic tonight, I actually thought you were talking about another story that's blowing up past the video you posted, but there's a football player at Virginia Tech who's actually facing murder charges right now. And I was really happy to see his teammates standing behind him. Over a dozen of his teammates was like, this guy's a victim, and they showed up to his court hearing to show support. And usually people try to remove themselves from people accused of such crimes, but they're like, he's an 18-year-old kid. He got fooled. He got caught up. And then Ronnie mentioned that.
Hang on a second. Can I just jump in here? Dana sent me that story, and earlier I did see that, but I wasn't sure. Yeah. I wasn't sure of the details. But so his team is standing. Oh no, his team is standing with him. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, completely. I think a coach was even he's actually out of jail now on bond. Okay. But basically he had, I guess, kissed what he thought was a female, met up a second time, engaged in, the details were kind of vague. I suspect it was, they engaged in oral, and then, when it started going further and he discovered it was a man, he beat this person's face in to the point where the person was unrecognizable, laid out on the floor, and clearly was a crime of rage. Yeah. And sorry, I think, who was it, Rory? Or someone else mentioned that, Rory. Some men fall into two categories. You either don't know and you're fooled, or you do know, and like you said, Star, you had this intimate, relation with this, and you're like, oh my God, this is not right. You're texting me, my wife and kids are asking who's this person texting you, and you know what? You snap on them. I think that in that situation, that's straight up murder. But if you're in the throes of passion and you discovered that and they kept that from you, it should not be prosecuted as a hate crime.
If I can jump in here and say, with all due respect to Rory, he's not on the line right now, so I don't want to take a cheap shot at him. I just...
No, I'm not taking a shot at him.
No, I'm saying me. I'm not taking a shot at Rory. Hang on. I said, I'm not taking a shot at Rory, but... I have known guys over the years. They knew that they used to call them she-males. They knew that the she-male had the package. We used to call it the package.
Yep.
And the she-male used to tell them, you don't bother it won't bother you.
It won't bother you. Well, that's not the same thing. If that's the situation and you attack and then that's a crime. You can't just attack someone, what the situation is, and they threaten to out you, then you're on your own. You're on your own, and that's a crime. But if you have no knowledge of that, then you're a victim of, in my opinion, what is a sexual assault. Flat out.
There you go.
Flat out.
Go. Hey, man, I appreciate your patience, and thank you for your donation. Thank you, Miguel. Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, back in the days, they used to tell them, you don't bother it, it won't bother you. I'm just going to tape this to my leg, push it to the side, pretend you don't see it. They're saying pause. Okay. A few more calls. Who's on the line from 917? That's a New York Exchange, I think. 917, good evening. Are you there? 917.
Hi, sir.
Hey.
How are you? It's Corinda.
Hey, how are you, lady?
I'm good, sir. How is everything?
Good. A few topics. Where do you want to start?
So I wanted to contribute to what Rob was saying earlier.
Rob Lowe.
There is not one person that I know who identifies as LGBTQIA that has not been molested or sexually assaulted as a child.
Wow. Okay.
And I think people don't talk about it enough. Every last one of the people that I know who identifies as LGBTQIA was a victim of some type of sexual abuse or child molestation. And Rob Lowe actually spoke on that. It's like a re-traumatization.
Okay.
As an adult, there are identity issues involved. And I'm not saying everybody who was abused as a child goes out and abuses other people, although it does happen frequently, that it is some type of transference that occurs. You're trying to kind of like put that trauma on somebody else because you've not been given the tools to heal properly. But I think the discussions need to be had about this phenomenon where, again, and I'm 50 years of age, so I've been around a very long time.
Okay.
And I used to go to the clubs in the 80s, and, I had a lot of friends who hung out on Christopher Street, and all of the stories that I heard were about children who had been sexually preyed upon. So that's all I wanted to contribute for tonight. I think.
Stay with me, because this is the second time somebody said LGBTQIA. And I said, what the hell? I thought it was LGBTQ plus. Where did the goddamn IA come from now?
I don't know. That's what my kids tell me it is. I just listen to my kids.
Hold on.
They're
Hold on. Don't go anywhere. Ronnie, when did this come about, Ronnie? LGBTQIA, which stands for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, intersex, asexual. When did that become a new term?
What's the plus? What is the plus? Does it show the plus?
I don't know. I've never seen the plus. My kids tell me what the proper.
Okay, I see the plus. Now this goes back to 2018, the New York Times. Jesus. I can't keep up. Okay, so you sound like a knowledgeable woman. What are your thoughts, though, with regards to should trans women reveal their gender?
Oh, absolutely. The parallel to what I think Miguel just spoke on about consent, and if somebody removes a condom in the middle of sex without the consent of the partner, like, how do you not tell somebody? If you're going to be intimately involved with somebody, how do you not tell somebody, listen, I'm trans, and this is who I was before, and I want to make sure you're okay with that? That can cause a lot of men to lose their minds.
Okay.
And a couple of days ago, I listened to a really interesting interview between Malik Yoba and Judge Joe Brown.
Okay.
And Judge Joe Brown really went in on him.
Now, hang on a second. Is that a new interview? Because I haven't seen or heard from him in months. Is that new?
I don't know. I really didn't. I don't remember the date on the interview.
Okay, come on.
But he was really trying to justify, like, trans women who don't reveal that they've transitioned. And Judge Joe Brown basically was saying, how do you not expect a man to react violently to somebody who doesn't reveal, who they are? And Malik Yoga basically acted like his phone got accidentally disconnected and never called back to the station.
I did hear that.
But Judge Joe Brown.
Yeah,
Did you hear
that's a couple of years old. Ronnie, did you hear that interview?
Okay.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. You were saying?
Yes, it was a very and it was a very brief interview where he pretended that the call was disconnected.
Yeah.
But he hung up.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead, caller. Go ahead.
Right.
It's
so.
old.
No, yeah. So I found that to be really, really interesting because remember there was a whole scandal where he allegedly preyed upon young transsexuals when he was involved with that agency as a young man, and so it goes kind of like there seems to be some type of confusion insofar of what legal rights men have when they get involved with whom they believe to be women, only to find out subsequently that these women were actually men at one time. So, if there was no surgery involved, then it's rather obvious, right, when you get into bed with the person. But if there was surgery involved, it really is important to reveal to somebody just so that they know, because what if the man falls in love with the trans person only to later find out that the trans person can't have children? And then you say, okay, so why can't you have children? And because I'm trans. So it's not a matter of hating anybody,
right.
But it's a matter of integrity. It's if you
and being truthful Being truthful.
Yeah, integrity is paramount over anything else, right?
I think so.
And men can be victims of the hoodwink and bamboozle in many different ways also. So it's something the dialogue needs to occur about how people arrive to the state that they arrive in when they have identity issues and then later claim identity, right?
Yeah.
But again, it's about integrity, and you can't really have integrity unless you've healed from whatever traumas that you've experienced as a child, and you have respect for everybody around you. So
very good points.
25 cents for this evening.
Very good points. Thank you for your call. Thank you.
Okay, take care. Bye, Ronnie.
Bye now. All right.
Have a great night.
Ronnie, I think we're done, but let me go through a couple of cash apps. Danny, I got your cash app. He says, Rory, thank you for speaking your truth, girl. Okay. That was from Danny. And then Rory sends a donation. He says, hashtag white boy summer. The hood trucker says, for what hetero man is listening to Destiny's Child? Well, sir, I can say that the same type of man who listened to Love Unlimited once upon a time when they made the classic Walking in the Rain. Claudine White on lead vocals, produced by Barry White. Same type of song, praising her man. Everybody back in the 70s listened to Love Unlimited. Yes, they did. And the 3 Degrees... Oh, man, that was when R&B was really just a different type of R&B. But thank you for your donation, the Hood Trucker. Erica got your donation. Thank you, Eric. Mark, LLC, got your donation. Black Twitter is a group of angry women, according to Mark, okay? Jerome, I got your donation. Are you on the line, sir? Because I'm trying to get out of here. I'll take one more call. Jerome,
yes,
is that you? Yes, sir. Good evening. How are you? You're my last caller.
Good evening. Good evening, and thanks for taking my call. How's everybody doing?
Good. Where do you want to start?
Great.
You know what? I think this is these 4 topics or these 3 topics, I think that they all align with each other.
Okay.
And the reason why is because of this. The first thing is the reason why transsexuals, they feel this way is because there's a narrative, right, that's coming from all over that's telling them that they don't have to identify with who they are, even starting as children.
Okay.
That they can make up in their mind what sex they are. So right now, if a young 18-year-old transsexual that's growing up and has made the transition or starting to make the transition, if the message that's being communicated to you is that, you know what, you're a girl now, before you actually do that, in their minds, mentally, they're probably thinking that everything is okay, right? But That's one thing. I think that absolutely, yes, people have to disclose who they are. And here's the reason why I'm saying this whole subject is a 4-layer conversation. Because at the end of the day, African American transsexuals are the most that's suffering from violence and is being killed. All right. Now there's, it's all types of data out, right? So next thing is there is this strong voice that's coming from Black women telling other women, right, that we don't want to be married, that we don't want to have a man, we don't want to be committed, that we're independent, right? Now think about this. It is twofold, because now you have Black men going up against Black women, but at the end of the day, a Black man's life is not being appreciated, and then you have something that's happening in Michigan with the Asian man shooting a young Black child.
Yeah. Now, hang on a second, sir. I want to just ask you something here, or maybe say something.
Sure.
How do we know that African-American transgenders are the biggest transgenders that are being brutalized in America? How do we know that? Now, I remember an article from the New York Times in 2018 about transgenders in Atlanta. But how do we know that? And if you have any data, please present it, because I grew up in the 70s, and my mother, an Italian woman who was a news reporter, explained to me that the news that comes on at 6 o'clock is propaganda designed to program people that Blacks are animals. It's designed like that. So how do we know that that's an accurate number, that Black transgenders are the biggest group that are being killed? I'm not sure of that.
Okay. Where I'm getting this data from, and again, it is Pride Month, and if anybody know anything about the Black Lives Matter movement, it is directly aligned with the LGBT communities and Pride movement as well.
Okay.
And there was an article that came out from some of the heads of the divisions asking the powers that be who actually ran Black Lives Matter movement, hey, look, where are all these donations going? We haven't really received anything in different sectors of chapters. And all of a sudden, Black Lives Matter, they released a report of where the funds were going. And all of a sudden, you started to see a whole lot of information. And not you, I started to see a whole lot of information in regards to they were donating things to different clinics that are specializing in trans for Black boys, Black men. And then they released a statistic report in regards to the violence and murder rate.
Okay, now hang on a second. Can you give us a source now to what I just asked you? Because truthfully, I don't take Black Lives Matter as a credible source. We've just seen one of their founders step down, who went on a crazy spending spree with luxury, lavish homes, and then put out a video. Oh, I'm so glad to be taking the next step of my life. Yada yada. It was a smokescreen. Do you not that I'm doubting what you're saying, but I'm just asking you to give us a source that Black transgenders are the biggest ones being killed, please.
Okay, you know what? No problem. I don't have that specific source, but you could actually Google it, and I'll send you. I got the email, and
I have, sir. Hang on a second. Stay with me. I have.
Sure.
And I found those numbers to be flawed. You see, there's a reason, again, why you have certain, I'll even go up higher, administrations that will put out information. They'll skew the information. They'll suppress information because they want to control the masses. Now, I'm not saying that they're not brutalized, but I want to see if these are accurate numbers and to see if Black transgenders are the biggest group being killed. They want to create the illusion that Black people are the most violent towards transgenders. That's false. That's false. Going back prior to the Stonewall riots, that's false. This country had laws and policies. Black people weren't in control of those laws and policies. White people were. Go ahead.
Okay. I appreciate your sentiment, right? But at the end of the day, right, and what we've been seeing, right, because we can't deny what we've seen, right?
You've seen propaganda, sir, but go
there
ahead.
was just a
seen propaganda.
There was just a but these are facts though, right? There was just a murder. Whether it was either in Alabama or in Louisiana, in regards to an actual a person that was either in the Navy or the Army. He met this person on the Instagram. They had a couple conversations. You know, they were about to engage in a sexual encounter. Both of these people were black, and that person ended up dead. I think the man stabbed this person about 100 times. You know, so it's been a consistent scenario. Okay. Right. But at the end of the day, the reason why I'm saying this is because, you know what, right now what's going on is black men and black women are constantly bickering about really and truly things that don't matter. You know, it's just a whole lot of hoopla. But at the end of the day, they're separated. And on one side, we have black boys being told, hey, you know what, it's okay to do this. This is the way that you want to live your life, live your truth. And as they're growing up, they're being murdered.
Okay, sir, I hate to cut you short, but I have to take other calls. And to be clear, hang on. To be clear, you could not give us a source. Now, let me give you a source with all due respect. Let me give you a source.
Sure.
One of the biggest killers of young white boys here in this country. You ever heard of John Wayne Gacy?
Yes, I have.
Okay. Yeah. He did damage, and the amount of work that he did, killing young boys and burying them under his porch, I have yet to see or hear about a black man that compares to what he did. But thank you for your call.
Thank you very much, sir. You all have a great evening.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. What we've seen, to be fair, is a lot of propaganda, but I'm enjoying the conversation. Ronnie, anything to add before I shut it down? Because I'm getting backed up on Cash Apps and Super Chats. I want to end the show talking about these Cash Apps and Super Chats.
No, just that, yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead. You have the floor.
No, just that I'm glad that this whole thing, even though it's 17 years later, came back up because it reminded me to re-listen to my Beyonce Destiny's Child playlist I have.
Okay. And it's kind of early. Maybe I'll hit you in about an hour or so if you're still around, okay?
Absolutely, Star. Take care.
Thank you for your assistance, Ronnie. Take care. John Wayne Gacy and a host of others. Ted Bundy. Well, Ted Bundy was killing females, but hold on a second, guys. R. Curry got your donation. Thank you so much. Vaughn, I got your donation. Okay, Vaughn, I'm trying to get out of here, man. Really trying to get out of here. Vaughn, I got literally 1 minute, man. 1 minute before my phone system shuts down. Can you make it fast? Vaughn?
Yeah. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. I just wanted to throw my 2 cents in real quick.
Go ahead.
We were in school as children taught words like pronouns, they, them, us. These meant plural terms for individuals, correct? Now we have individuals that want to be addressed with these terms. I'm no psychologist, but it seems like to me there's a multiple personality disorder we got going on.
Okay.
And this could string from what the callers were saying earlier today in terms of trauma and certain things that individuals grew up with. And they're now wanting to separate themselves and deal with different identities.
Okay.
And I feel like we just need to look more into this. But I just wanted to shoot straight from the hip on that.
Hang on a second. So what are you saying with regards to the question, should trans women reveal their gender? What are you saying? What's your answer?
They most definitely should. I see it no different than someone walking around with a nickname. You can address me as this, but I'm, also known as this.
Yeah.
Your true identity should be disclosed.
Yeah. If a cop pulls you over, you can say your name is Alibaba. Oh, that's cute. Let me see your driver's
Exactly.
license. Driver's license, you son of a bitch. Hey, man, gotta go, sir. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. Let me shut these phones down. All right. Hey, Ashley. Ashley says, cancel no scrubs, too. Toxic femininity. Oh, very good point. I forgot about that. The TLC anthem. And the classic, huh? I don't want no scrub. Scrub is a guy who get no love from me. Brian, I got your donation, Brian. Ace. Thank you, Ace. Everybody, hold on. I got some, make sure I get my sponsors on the screen here. Hold on, everybody, hold on. And I'm going to have to block somebody who keeps calling me during my goddamn show. You got me all the way fucked up. I hate to say it like that. Earl from Newark. Thank you, sir. The real young buck. Hey, Star, I've been a victim to this shit. Remember when y'all caught me slipping in the hotel? Before I let them bullets start flying. Hashtag, okay, he's talking about another rapper. I don't want to go there, but thank you, man, for your donation. Jada from Chicago. Hey, Jada. Jada says, I was one of the girls on that police car you talked about earlier. I ain't no maggot. I ain't. Yo, that was crazy. Who was driving that car? Was that a black cop? Gemstar, thank you for your donation. All right. Guys, I'll see you tomorrow at some point. I'm going to try and do an afternoon show because I can't really do the evening shows too much anymore. Brian, I got your donation, and I think that's it, all right? You guys take care, be safe, and my first sponsor up, www.siptrinity.com. Good night.